Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And very good afternoon to everyone. Dear my fellow presenters, of course, Mr. Chairman, Dr. Atila Kariman. First of all, thank you very much for having me for this session. So I would like to present about the latest initiative by Malaysia through Department of Statistics on the OpenDOSM Inculcating the data culture. So I have 5 methods in my outline on the data-driven and data culture, and also at the journey of the open data at a glance. On the list initiative on the OpenDOSM chain, we touch on OpenDOSM culture, and finally on the conclusion and the way forward. So everyone know that in the fast-changing world, the data-driven organization is very important. So there are several key areas need to look into it. One is on the data culture itself and how the data culture will be embedded in the organization. So we need the data-driven organization, and of course the technology play a vital role in the data-driven organization. So we need the latest and more, not really latest, the capability technology in terms of processing, in terms of visualization, and of course capability in terms of the storage. And a part of the organization and technology, we need a proper governance and also data management in place. And of course among the 5 critical success factors, the most important is people itself. So we need a workforce that really understand the need of the users and how the changing environment can be really take on in the delivering our work. And with the product cycle that becoming very short, so we know that the new there's something is new today is no longer new maybe in the next few days. So we need very dynamic people to make sure that we can really continuous anticipate the new expectation and can align our capability. So we need people that with the right skill and the right, of course, the right attitude, where they can really align their area of work, their skill set they require to deliver their work. Little bit on the landscape of the open data in the country, as shown on the screen. Actually, we have one agency in Malaysia called Malaysia Administrative Moderation and Management Planning Unit Mampu. So this agency actually is a central agency in the country, and they're making some of the bigger move in terms of providing the guideline on the importance of the data sharing among the public sector. When I mentioned about this, is a bit different from the role of National Security Office. So this agency did not play a role in releasing or publishing any key statistics of the country, but is the agency who played the role as the catalyst on the data sharing among the government agency. this is a little bit on the chronology where we start from 2010 and until now, show how the open data platform, or actually we already started in 2013, where the data sharing gradually in place, where the public at large can access easily, beside have to go so many website or government portal. So this open data portal play a role as one-stop center for all the key data that released by the various government agency in Malaysia. And in terms of inculcating the data culture to the open data, so we know that facilitate the users and how we can delight the user is very important. So the need of the users, among others, the data must be machinery readable, free of charge, easily can accessed by anyone, by the public. And of course, in terms of license requirement, also it's very have to be clearly stated whether this is can be free coding or any cost behind behind how the data can be reachable. I would like to share this latest initiative in Malaysia on the OpenDOSM Next Gen. So from the slide, we see that the concept of fair, findable, accessible, interoperable, and reachable is embedded in this OpenDOSM. And actually, this OpenDOSM will be cater both advanced users and also normal users. So the advanced users maybe among the data scientists, researcher. So this OpenDSM provide a platform where the serious or advanced user can tapping all the data in this country, be from the Department of Statistics or the other resources in the one platform. And as I mentioned earlier, in the manner of the machine readable, readily accessible. While for the normal users, maybe they're interested to look at the visualization. So this OpenDOSM also, I will show also later where all the data been put in order and guided through the format of the catalog, data catalog. This a little bit on the how this OpenDSM journey started from 2012 until now. And in terms of the backbone of this OpenDOSM, one features is on the data catalog. So in the catalog, we also mentioned on the metadata, on the open source code, and for the people at large, we have very easy to access on the dashboard, and we provide some summarize of the data visualization, and also they can also select whatever data they want to put in the visualization, what we call the interactive visualization. This is the thing I mentioned earlier about the data catalog, and we put categorize the data set in terms of theme, in terms of the economy, in terms of the prices. In fact, the data that related to the finance, in terms of the exchange rate and so forth, also they can get it through this OpenDOSM. And good important thing that the well received of the OpenDOSM among the data scientists or the advanced user, because we due to the connectivity directly to the Python. So the advanced user can capitalize. When we make freely on the coding, they can really use it, and they can also can make their own computation about the data we've been published or been downloaded in this OpenDOSM. This some of the example of the data visualization. So we try to make sure that all the chart, all the presentation, and make it more easy to understand. Try to minimize the we don't put so many variable in one chart. And also in terms of this OpenDSM, we also know that everyone want to get for anything for everyone like to look at, if you are cooking something, they want to look at your kitchen. So in this world, they want to know how you generate the data. So we share our front end, back end code. We share through via GitHub. So among the bigger tasks in improvise the data delivery is the looking at our data culture. So in DOSM, the data culture is a key to the success of this initiative. So we need a very clear guideline in terms of the collaboration, transparency, and looking out the data from the various dimension, be in from the internal Department of Statistics, as well as the data from the other government agency. So before any data can be uploaded in OpenDOSM, we have to make sure on the validation of the data in terms of the consistency, and also on the limitation on the thing behind the data, what we call the metadata, must be easily understand by the users. So the transparency and the collaboration, the continuous improvement is the very key in this OpenDOSM culture. I give some of the among the important dimension in the OpenDSM. One is open data in the healthcare. So actually during the COVID-19 pandemic, the role of Ministry of Health is very important. So the Ministry of Health of Malaysia come up with the platform, what they call KKM now. So they provide a lot of the statistics related to health. So this OpenDOSM, we have the collaboration with the Ministry of Health, and we also integrate the data from the KKM now. We link and share the information, and we can enhance or make it, this OpenDOSM more richer in terms of the availability of data on the area of health services or healthcare. And also on the area of economy, we also collaborate with the Ministry of Domestic Trade and Cost of Living on the prices on the ground. Of course, in DOSM we have initiative on the wet scraping. On the top that we have the ministry that responsible to look at the prices on the ground. So with the collaboration with Ministry of Domestic Trade and Cost of Living, we integrate all the data being collected on the daily basis in this OpenDOSM. Actually, they have one application they call price catcher. This price catcher, we make people, consumer, we enhance the consumer right in terms of looking at the prices comparison between the shop, between the sellers. So we capitalize the very rich information collected by the ministry, and we integrate this in the OpenDOSM. So in this few next slides just show how with this initiative by Department of Statistics really can move the community, and we know that out there are many users, many type of the users for users at last the normal user maybe they just look at key statistic, look at the visualization, but for the advanced users they capitalize this OpenDOSM, they make value creation, they come up with the application, and they share this application to the others. So that's why it's very important when we have the good platform, actually we can bring the statistic culture to the enable to the ordinary people and also the advanced users, and the advanced user can share their capability through the application, and the application can be used by anyone, by public at large. So I can consider that advanced user in the, if we look at the scenario of sport like football, we have amateur footballer, is ordinary players. We have professional footballer. So when we look at the footballer, they can know how to control the ball and how to make it playing the football more colorful, more creative. Similar to the in the area of the how to use the data. So for the advanced users like with the background of statistics, maybe there are some data scientists, they really can contribute to to come up with the new application, mobile application and system and so forth. And actually they are eagerly to share their innovation, their initiative to the public. So this is some of the example of the what the result of this OpenDOSM to the community at large. Finally, on way forward, I think we continues to enhance this initiative, and we want to promote transparency and accountability and innovation in the country. And we know that anything that they want to do, the data, the statistics must be in place. So I think with the good support and also clear direction by the government, I think we ensure that the data culture we spur further in the country, and we want that the benefited for having the good statistical system, good data can be filled by not only inclusively for the certain people, but we want to be benefited to the everyone, the public at large. So we go very on a very big scale to reach the public at large, including the higher learning institution at the also at the school, primary and also secondary school, to to make use this OpenDSM, and hopefully this will increase further the data culture in the country, in Malaysia. And finally, the success of this data culture must be also depend on the collaboration between various key players, be it from the government, private sectors, also from the civil society organization. On way forward, I think very important for us to look at how, as the National Office, to contribute, to continue to provide more comprehensive and accurate data. So we need to having the credible on the whatever initiative we do. So we don't want to only have the platform, but the content is not regularly updated, or maybe not consistent in terms of the providing the latest information. Next, we need to continue promote open data literacy. We need to make understand what that's mean in terms of the open data, because some agency thought that the data is belong to the agency, not supposed to be used by the others. That is something that we need to literate, I mean, to explain and what really mean with the open data. And we try to make known to them that with the open data, actually the return of this whatever effort is how this can bring many good people in the country or in any institution to make use the use data available for the research, for developing the application. Third, on the important foster the collaboration, and the collaboration is not a kind of one-off, need to be continuously. And of course, clear guidelines is very important in any initiative. With that, Chair, thank you very much. Hope it's very helpful for this discussion. Thank you, Chair.